make sure on my end here. So yeah, make sure we live. All right, peace, 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 and Black African power. Welcome back to Kofi Piesie TV. We'll be back in just one moment.
Well, boys, we hit the jackpot this time.
MCE in the building. Y'all know what time it is. Yeah. Been in my house picking up some weight, been picking up some weight, cause I wanna cut that 230 down to 208. It's like 230 now, I ain't ate since 208. Hungry than the mug in the kitchen, picking up some weight. A minute, my decision of what I eat is a reflection of what's in me. I take the direction of what's in me. I'm making corrections of what's in me, what's in we. G-O-D, E-O-B, C-E-D until we F-I-E-E-R-B-G until we Cooper Bricky. Work on my conditioning, fight of the condition we in. Unhealthy, it's unhealthy. It don't matter what religion you in, don't matter what tradition you in, don't matter what position I'm in. Positioning myself to be in position of persistence into the years of growing wise and growing old. But time to compromise, to comfortable, to accomplish just to come and go. Working out machine, come and go. To the fair with the friends who only come and go. When the fair with the end is only sleep snow. Outside, we outside, hitting the road. Let's go. I've been working on myself, steady building up my temple. Gains on top of gains, health is wealth, monumental. Eat to living by the code. It's embedded in my mental transformation in the making for myself. I don't resemble. I've been working on myself, steady building up my temple. Gains on top of gains, health is wealth, monumental. Eat to living by the code. It's embedded in my mental transformation in the making for myself. I don't resemble. Shango, Harold Cootie, spirit bold, on a move, on a go, comedic drip, draped in gold. G-O-D, I am the mold, flipping the script, exploring the rhyme. Remember the crib, now I pay for my kind. The hood ain't the same, the weather is strange. Cloud seed with planes, you think it's a game? Building my immunity, my people war for unity. Your favorite rapper's eulogy, he's selling death to family. The system must dismantle it. Please believe they handle it. This shit gon' burn, candle it. RBG gon' handle it. 50 in the clip, set up, push up, crunches, dips. Alkaline, my water sip. Trip like Black Star Line and shit. Brethren, lion, panthers, wild dogs. Speak your peace, sound dog. My regiment be healthy, man. Fruits and veggies, whole grains, you dehydrated. Constipated rappers need a detox. Astronomical precision in alignment, equinox. Flexing my complexion, melanated, lethal weapons. Channel my aggression in myself. I made plenty investments. I've been working on myself, steady building up my temple. Gains on top of gains, health is wealth, monumental. Eat to living by the code. It's embedded in my mental transformation in the making for myself. I don't resemble. I've been working on myself, steady building up my temple. Gains on top of gains, health is wealth, monumental. Eat to living by the code. It's embedded in my mental transformation in the making for myself. I don't resemble. I'm trying to figure out, I wanna see, can I believe what my mind's telling me? Feel it in my body, feel it in my soul. Do I succumb to it? Do I let go? Foundations falling, no longer hold. Try to stay up, but it's breaking my soul. Don't break my spirit, don't break the mold. Don't leave me hanging out in the cold, cause they wanna see you empty. Even though you got plenty, why they wanna see you lonely? Suffocating down in the deep. I've been working on myself, steady building up my temple. Gains on top of gains, health is wealth, monumental. Eat to living by the code. It's embedded in my mental transformation in the making for myself. I don't resemble. I've been working on myself, steady building up my temple. Gains on top of gains, health is wealth, monumental. Eat to living by the code. It's embedded in my mental transformation in the making for myself. I don't resemble.
All right, all right, all right. Welcome back to Kofi Piesie TV. We have another great lineup today on Warrior Scholars. We have MCE, hip hop group from out of Arkansas. Um, and we're going to definitely get into it today. Before we get started today, could y'all please in the chat, could y'all please like and share the show? Please like and share the show, right? Now, let's get into it, man. Can you brothers briefly introduce yourself for people that may not know who y'all are?
Peace, man. It's your brother Obafemi, Kinsier Delele, Pine Bluff, Arkansas, MCE, GSC Community Gardens, 720 Sage, where, man, yeah, we in here.
Said Adams, way of Chicago and Pine Bluff, Arkansas, GSC Community Gardens, MCE, Adams Media. Third.
All right, for sure, for sure. Now, y'all are the 33rd guests on the Warrior Scholars. And each guest that I bring on, it's a few questions I always ask the guests over and over again on here. So, what name some of y'all favorite Warrior Scholars? What are some of y'all favorite Warrior Scholars? You go. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, you want me to go?
Yeah, go ahead.
Warrior Scholar, man. Malcolm for sure. Garvey for sure. Man, I got so many, man. I have one that when I first started learning about the knowledge I know from school, my teacher, Mr. Butler, man, he kind of got me in the mindset of where I'm at, as far as high school goes. So definitely my ancestors, wouldn't be here without them.
For sure. What about you, Obi?
Warrior Scholars, Baba Baruti. Studied quite a bit of his works. Amos Wilson, of course, Malcolm. Man, it's I would say those would be some of my top three, man. But yeah.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with none of them you name, man. A lot of those y'all name are some of my favorite as well, some of my favorite Warrior Scholars, right? So name the last book or a book that you may currently be reading, y'all may currently be reading. The last piece of literature y'all read or a book that y'all may possibly be reading now.
Okay. What am I reading right now? The Black Male Handbook. I think it's edited or forwarded by Kevin Powell, but it's called the Black Male Handbook. That's what I'm reading right now with my 14-year-old son. So.
Hey, yeah, I got a couple books, but I know I just read my brother's book right here with my grandbaby. Every day is a Sunday.
Okay, for sure.
Appreciate it, brother.
For sure. Every day is a Sunday. Yeah. Yeah, and I just got through reading it the other day, man, and got another copy coming. I'm gonna give that copy I read to my daughter and give the other copy to my son, man. So all right. So
appreciate that.
And by the way, while he's plugging your book, Obafemi, man, tell people where they can go get your publication from.
Right now, you can go to Amazon to find my book. Every Day is a Sunday by Obafemi Kinsier Delele. I have an ebook. I had a soft cover version. I also got an activity book that's direct through me. So comment below, inbox me, DM me if you want to get the activity book to go along with the other book. So.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you had that. So I need mine today, sir.
I got you.
Yeah, I need mine today.
Yeah, I
Uh,
got you, brother.
and you need to sell, every day is a Sunday directly too, man. You need to get that directly. We need all of our money for our intellectual property. If we can cut out the 60-40 split, I mean the 60-30 and the 70-30 split, let's cut it out and get all our intellectual property. Um,
It's coming soon.
okay, for sure, for sure. Um, so now man, let's talk about y'all writing process, man. So can y'all walk us through y'all writing process? Uh and does y'all writing process has to do with reading books? I would, this is a question for me. I sat down the last week or so and listened to everything that Obafemi sung me, right? And we're gonna talk about some of y'all music here in a little bit, but I was just wondering about like the process, like what is each member's process? What is their process like when they're writing a verse for or even setting up a song? Does it has to do with, is the process also involve a reading book? Because if anyone listen to y'all music, they can tell just off the rip, just listening to your song, that y'all very conscious or very aware, and y'all are some very intellectual men. So in order to be that way, y'all have to indulge in a lot of reading. So reading books a part of y'all process of writing? And just walk us through y'all process.
Man, that's a good question. I would definitely say, man, my studies, consistent study has helped to evolve my lyrics. Over the years, man. I started, what people would say with gangster rap. So, um, as I started getting more and more and just learning and gaining knowledge itself, man, I came to a point. I was just like, yo, man, I'm finding out stuff I never knew. And I'm like, yo, if I considered myself intelligent and I didn't know this, I would say the average person, if I think I'm beyond average, I know they probably don't know either. So I got to find a way to weave some of this, what I'm learning, into the music, man, because otherwise I'm like, how else the people gonna get it? Like, for the people who not gonna read the book, I gotta drop some gems in there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I would say definitely reading and studying has influenced my lyrics and my writing process.
What about you, brother? Say it.
Yeah, man. Most definitely. But I know most definitely my process is, saying just the daily things I experience and daily things around me that I see, saying is, what really, affects my writing process the most. Saying depending on the subject, especially that we plan on approaching at that time as well.
Okay, no doubt, no doubt, man. So how did y'all all meet, man? I mean, how did you and Obafemi, and how do you pronounce the other brother, the other member? How do you pronounce his name?
Ishmael.
Ishmael.
Okay. Yeah, how did all of y'all meet, and what after y'all meeting, what made y'all say, "Hey, look, man, let's put this group MCE together," cuz y'all have kind of you know, this dynamic with where y'all fusing intellectualism, um, you know, revolutionary, rebellious, uh, hip hop and soul music together. I'll say soul music. I ain't gonna say hip hop. I'm gonna say soul music.
Oh, really?
You want to
well,
take that, bro? Go ahead.
well, I say my part, man. The brother Ishmael, that's my brother-in-law. So,
Okay.
I already knew him, and we married to two sisters.
Okay.
So me and him collaborated on certain things. He's a singer, and but I met my brother OB through another brother we know, Big Grip. Shout out to Grip, man. And he was like, my guy OB got beat. doing production, so I was getting my beats and production from OB, man, and just from that collaboration, I started hearing some of his stuff, what they were doing and what I was doing, and we just kind of collaborated within that time. And was kind of like, you know, he was in another group with somebody else. They were already together doing something, you know, as far as the production is. And the other guy, man, another brother we know, he kind of said, you know, I'm kind of done with, you know, with doing the music thing. So, you know, me and D was like, okay, let's, you know, do a couple songs, and it just went from there.
So y'all chemistry. So you saying y'all did a couple of songs and the chemistry was
Yeah.
there between the two. So hey, why not form a
Yeah.
group? You think okay.
So
Yeah,
we started
and,
off.
you know,
Go ahead.
yeah.
Go ahead, bro.
No, I said we was all kind of collabing anyway because we had different guys, and we had did like a compilation, you know, mixtape I call it, called 360 Entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Grown folk music. And so it kind of, like I said, it kind of was starting right there with us collaborating with each other.
Okay. And what you
I just add on, yeah, he talked about the project Grown Folk Music we did was like a mixture of, I would say, about 6 or 7 artists, you know, from the city. And that was kind of, I would say, the shift in the consciousness in the music, you could hear it there. So we dropped that probably about 2007, something like that. And so from there, me and Sid decided to become a group. So I used to go by the name Magnum. So that's where the M come from. So we was just M&C at the time. So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how we started off. We dropped the first project, M&C Knowledge Yourself Volume 1 back in 2009. But Eshmelek is on the project. And so while this project, we put this project out, we just brought Eon in, you know, Eshmelek in, and we became MCE. So
okay, yeah, because I know one of the albums I listened to, the Knowledge Itself Volume 1, it has you and Sid on the album cover, man.
Right.
Album cover,
Yeah, man. Nice album too, man. I listened to that entire. I've been listening to everything. He done sent me a ton of stuff, so I've been listening to everything and trying to break down your bars, man. So those albums that y'all put together are some well put together albums, and those are some albums I need to be checked because I told my son he need to be listening to, you know, these type. I put him on Oluwaseyi.
Yeah, shout out to that brother.
Yeah, I put him on Oluwaseyi. I put him on Ibaka. I put him on Wise the Dome. Wise the Dome, my brother Rakeem Shabazz put out. So I gotta definitely put him on you because it need to be a balance. You know, the young generation, they like, you know, what they like, the Lit Durks and the 21 Savages and the NBA young boys. No, those are his genre music. That's what he likes. That's what he's always listening to. So I'm trying to give him a balance of that positive, you know what I'm saying, music. And we're gonna talk about that because I want to get into, you know, positive or the state of hip hop in general, man. So what, you know, even with that, so what genre, man, of hip hop y'all will put y'all music in, or what category would y'all put y'all music in?
Yo, so honestly, man, what I like to say is we make soul music.
Yeah.
This is what we do. Like we make soul music. And when I say soul music, I'm saying music that comes from the soul, that speaks to the soul of Black people. That's, to me, that's what soul music is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I grew up with hip hop, you know what I'm saying? So I'm 44, you know, we just made it to the 50th year anniversary. So, I mean, I remember when hip hop didn't play on the radio in Arkansas. Like, I remember that time before that. So I done kind of grew up with this art form, but hip hop, as we was growing up, was built off of the other genres of music, the blues, the jazz, the soul music, the funk, all of that. So hearing the artists back then who was sampling, they were sampling that music from back then. So, and a lot of that music had the soul in it. So it made when I played a song, I might have been playing Ice Cube, and my mama would come in there and say, "Oh, that's Parliament Funkadelic." I'm like, who? Huh? I went to the record crate and found the record, and I'm playing. So I'm in there listening to Parliament Funkadelic at 14, 15 years old. So James Brown, Al Green, Marvin, so I'm listening to this as a teenager because the hip hop artists were putting the soul, they were sampling the soul music. So I say we do soul music in the genre of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Like reggae to me, if it's roots reggae, it's soul music. It speaks to the soul of black people. You know what I'm saying? It's just expressed through the genre reggae. So
Yeah.
I mean, that's my take on it though.
You know, like my brother OB say all the time, man. You know, the job of the artist is to inspire. So it is soul music. And so you know, by inspiring, like I know in my case, if I'm doing what I'm doing to inspire my people, I'm also inspiring myself at the same time to keep working on myself. So it's like a back and forth kind of reflection, like off a mirror. You know, you're inspiring your people, and you seeing your people advance and do whatever, and it's inspiring you to keep doing the music that you're doing. So yeah, I would say it's soul music for real.
For sure. I can definitely relate. So they do soul music, y'all. So man, so what kind of impact, man? You know, I know what kind of impact it had on me listening to y'all music. Like I named Olu Ashe, I named the album that Rakim Shabazz put together, the Wise the Dome album. My brother Ibaka, and there's a few other people, man. And me listening to y'all album, it gave me kind of that same impact. You know what I'm saying? And it kind of it 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 does like if I'm reading a good book, man. I'm reading a good book or a good book that has something to do with our ancestors' contributions or something that dealing with our contributions or our culture and tradition that resonate with me. You know, it resonate with my spirit. It make my spirit smile. So as I'm listening to your music, man, you know, it kind of, you know, it resonated with me. Um, you know, it educated me too. You know what I'm saying? Y'all albums are like to me is auto books. You know what I'm saying? And y'all dropped a lot of jewels in there. Some things I knew, some things that I didn't. You know, some things that I didn't know, man. So what kind of impact y'all want to get? Y'all listening audience, the people that listen to y'all albums, to listen to y'all music, to go watch y'all videos. What kind of impact are y'all trying to have, or y'all trying to deliver?
And I'll say, like, you know, like you said, to inspire, uplift them, to so they can go inspire somebody else. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like if you working out and you listen to some music and you gonna play the type of music that's gonna make you work out. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna play something that ain't gonna motivate you. You know, so yeah, it's kind of like in that dome. You know, you gotta all bounce off each other. If you trying to build a community, that's how you do it, by bouncing off of each other. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm hoping the music does.
Okay.
And I just add on, man. I know the type of effect that music has on people. As a person who, you know, like I know music affected my thought process and my actions. You know what I'm saying? Like, if music has the ability to teach without sitting you down and say, "Hey, you finna learn this and learn that." So I think people who listen to our music can definitely be inspired, but I also think that people can take action based on hearing our music, because I mean, I put it like this: on the flip side, man, we got people out here who choosing to hit the streets to sell dope because of the music they've been listening to. You know what I'm saying? We got folks who out here been influenced to cheat on their woman and all of this because they've been listening to this over and over and over. Like and I ain't saying that's totally it, but the music has a way of teaching to us in some ways that sitting you formally down and say, hey, you're gonna learn this. Like we can play a song over and over and over and over. Like you can wake up to that song, go to sleep to that song. Like that music get into your spirit, into your soul. So I'm like, I take what I do serious because I want this to effect change, positive, constructive change. Whether you choose to start eating better, whether you choose to start reading some books, whether you choose to take care of your children a little bit better, treat your woman right, like whatever positive effect it can have on you, that's what I'm shooting for.
That's what's up, man. I look at y'all. I don't know if y'all know anything like you saying music can teach, right? So I consider myself a griot, a modern day griot, and a griot
Mm-hmm.
or a jalib is a West African term, and those griots or griotes are teachers. They are storytellers. Hold on, let me mute somebody mic. Say, can you mute your mic for a second? I think that's the feedback from me. So yeah, so they are, they have many roles. They are teachers, they are art performers, they are poets, they are writers, they are storytellers, and y'all make that up as well. Our culture, we teach through various ways. The griots teach through various ways. They are musicians, right? So I consider y'all modern day griots because y'all are teaching through your music. If you go study the griots, you will see that one form of issuing out information and impacting their children, impacting their community, and impacting their society does not have to be just teaching from mouth to ear. It can be through their music, So y'all are definitely doing that, man. Y'all are modern day griots. Like I said, y'all books, I consider y'all music. I mean, y'all music is auto books, right? And y'all are dropping all types of jewels. That's why that was one of my questions I wanted to ask was books a part of y'all process? Because listening to a lot of y'all music, man, I mean, it's y'all y'all talking about a lot of stuff and mentioning a lot of people names, and I'm like, so for the average Joe, okay, who he say, and rewind it and go back, what he say, Black Liberation, what is RBG, what is RBG or whatever it is that so now they can take those things down and go research them, and find. So y'all have auto books that y'all are actually pushing out, and y'all are actually uh effecting a positive change. You can't do but affect positive change, especially if you listen to those albums and you continue to listen to those albums. Those albums are definitely going to put you in that mindset of, you know, handling your business, far as your people. You know what I'm saying? Taking care of your family, right? Taking care of being responsible in your in your community, giving back to your community, organizing with other like-minded people to race first. And what I mean by race first is we gonna take care of ourselves before we take care of anybody else. Expiring and uplifting others around us, building the individuals up and not tearing them down, as well as building your community up and not tearing your community down. So I'm just talking about, these are some of the things I just got out of listening to every single song that that Obafemi sent to me, man. So you know again, big up to y'all for that, man. And I definitely know that those positive impacts is definitely gonna be are gonna be toward the listener. So what can y'all break down uh Death to White Supremacy album artwork for me, man? The cover, man. Y'all had you know, the famous white man on front of the cover. Let me pull it. Let me pull it up real quick too, man. I want y'all to break that down. Hold on one second. Let me pull it up. Yeah. I like it, man. And I'm into those types of things. I'm into the, you know,
Yeah,
good artwork, good visuals. But y'all had on the front of the cover, I Uncle Sam and y'all blowing his brains out, man. Can y'all break that album cover? That's a dope album cover, man, by the way, too. Dope
I
album
appreciate
cover, dope concept, man. So can y'all break it down, man?
Yeah, I did the album cover. You know,
Okay.
we came up with we had the name we wanted for the album. You know, Delta White Supremacy. So
Mm-hmm.
it was kind of like, who better to put on this album cover getting his brains blowing out by Uncle Sam.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
that right there, that spoke to me right there. So
Right. That's powerful, bro. That's powerful, and that's the thing that I thought of. You know, when instantly when I saw it and saw the title, I said, "Man, this is just a dope concept. This is some dope artwork." And I know people probably look at it and don't, look at it and then go on, and don't think about the thought that went into it. You know what I'm saying? And I just thought it was just a dope concept, man. I said, well, I'm gonna ask him to break it down. I may be way off. It may be a whole different thing on why they created this artwork for the album cover, man. But I just had to work. But that's right. No better other person than Uncle Sam to
you know, Uncle
represent.
Sam, man. Yeah.
Yeah, that's dope, man. That's dope. Um,
But yeah, we had recorded the songs, and it was kind of like he had to have him on that cover. I mean, all the songs we did, it wouldn't match up if he wasn't on there, you know. And
mhm.
that's their logo, you know. The white supremacy logo is there. So yeah,
Yep. For sure, for sure, for sure. That's dope, bro. Again, I'm shout out to y'all, man, on that. That's dope, dope concept. Dope album.
so,
You know what I'm saying? So while we talking about that, man, um, shoot, let me see. The song. Let's talk about the song, man. I'm just going down the I ain't going I'm skipping. I got like tons of questions, man, but I'm skipping. I ain't gonna go in order. But let's talk about, man, the song, Depth to White Supremacy. I think Obi, you said something, you said people think you lost it and you went off the deep end. Can you I know what you're talking about because I didn't experience this in my days of becoming aware or becoming conscious, right? You know what I'm saying? So when I heard that bar, it instantly took me back to 2012, early 2013, where people was feeling like that towards me. So can you break that down, man? Both of y'all, can y'all break the concept and the reasoning for the song and that bar down? People think I lost it because I went off the deep end.
Yeah, so that's from the song "Sleeping."
Oh, okay. I thought it was white supremacy. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I'm saying that in the hook, "Death to White Supremacy." Except, yeah, the
Yeah.
song called "Sleeping" though.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, man. I would say, man, I kind of been on this journey, like I've been on this journey since birth, but like consciously being aware of the condition that my people are in, my own part in all of this. I joined an African Center study group about 2007, and so we dropped this project in 2015. And so around 2007, 2008, man, I remember, I'll just tell a story real quick. I was working at a grocery store, and I used to wear my hair low, waves, all of that, you know what I'm saying? But, I started learning stuff, man. I just started letting stuff go. Like, I started growing my facial hair out. I started growing my hair out. I started changing my diet. And so I started losing weight, man. And I remember I remember this one particular sister came into the store. She said, "Something wrong. Somebody done got to you." I used to wear this little gold unk every day. I started wearing the unk to work every day. You know what I'm saying? And this sister said, something done happened to you. Something done got to your mind or something. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, "What you talking about?" He's like, "You know what I'm talking about." I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what you mean. Like, expound on that. I'm trying to get into a conversation about it just to see where her head is at. But, from people saying you sick to man, that brother, he done lost it, man. He out there, man. Something done happened. He on dope or something. Like I heard all kind of stuff, man, because you know, I wasn't following the rest of the sheep no more. I started going a different direction, and it's like you going against the grain. Like you OGOB, like you was in the hood with the, Crip, you know what I'm saying? You were doing all of that. So what you doing right now? I don't understand. So yeah, man, that's what I say. People think I lost it, went off on the deep end. I say lost that crackatosis. Like when we talk about the that shout out to SETI, you know what I'm saying? SETI coined that term crackatosis. Yeah. So so when we say death to white supremacy, I'm talking about that within myself, like killing that mindset within myself. Like that's the real death. That's the head you got to cut off first. Like you got to kill that cracker within your mindset, man. So yeah, that's what people say. I went off on the deep end. I stopped doing the same thing that everybody was doing, man. So that's where it comes from.
Yeah, I could definitely feel that, man, because it was the same thing for me. People had started thinking, you know, this brother done lost his mind. He done lost his mind. I had people bagging away from me, which was cool. I was glad for some of those people to get out of my life too. But a lot of people thought I went out the deep end. Um, thought I had was losing my mind because I started rebelling against the norm. I started doing the opposite of what everybody else was doing. I was in the church. I stopped going to church, stopped praying to Jesus. Man, it was just so many different. I started picking up books. I started reading, feeding my mind instead of, me going out. I used to call myself the Polo King. So instead of me going to the outlet and spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars on shirts, hats, and shoes, you know what I'm saying? I started spending those $100 on investing in my mind. So, boy, what is you doing buying books? You buying books everywhere. Something wrong with you. Like it was something wrong with me for wanting to take my money, invest it in my mind instead of buying clothes and going out and buying cars and rims and jewelry. These things that I was, these things that I was into. You know what I'm saying? And I became kind of real super rebellious person at that time, man. I ain't as rebellious as I was. I mean, I was attacking everybody with with their ideologies that I didn't like, and trying to come and destroy them, you know what I'm saying, with the information that I know. That was my early stages. But yeah, I feel you, man, on that line, man. So can you go in a little bit your process, man, or your verse said when you had a verse in there too, said, right?
No, not on Sleeping. That's a
You did?
solo song with OB. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Damn, it sounded like it was another person on that song, dude. Okay, okay. Okay, I'm for
Probably in
real.
the background.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all me.
Yeah, okay. No doubt, man. I love that song, dog. I love that song. I've been bumping it all week as well. It's on repeat in my car. That song and another song, is that and both of y'all, man, explain how was it working with Tahir RBG, man. Y'all got a song together called It's a Go. Dope
Yeah,
song.
it's a go.
song. Uh, you know, um, you spitting some bars in there, man. You spitting some bars as well up in there, said with your verse. I think you had like the last verse on that
Yeah.
song, man. And y'all talk about um um y'all experience of working with Tahir RBG, and how did that song all It's a Go come about? And kind of talk to the people about that song, what inspired y'all to do that song.
That song was wasn't like a beat that I think he was putting that song out with a few artists putting their own take on there. I think what is something like that with the song.
Yeah, so Tahir
Yeah.
dropped a project called It's a Go, the dub plate. So he
Yeah.
had like 16, 17 versions of that same beat with different RBG artists on there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so I think Tahir came here to Arkansas probably about 2015, something like that. We were doing like a little benefit show. and we linked up and chopped it up. And he said, "Man, I want y'all to get on the project." Our song wasn't on the project that he released, so we put it on ours, on the Death to White
Yeah.
Supremacy project. So, like I said, it's if you listen to the whole project, the dub plate, like I said, it's RBGs from California all the way to Florida, Georgia, like up north, down south, like. So yeah, that was our take on that particular song, man. So it was a privilege to be able to work with Tahir, man, on that, man. He been holding it down for a minute, man. So yeah, definitely appreciate that.
Yeah, man. And that's one of my favorite songs, man, as well, man. But peace to everybody in the chat, man. I normally acknowledge everybody in the chat. Excuse me, but my wife's in the chat. Peace to my wife. Peace to everything is everything. Teddy Usher, my aunt Rod, Zane, Matigo. Dang, and I done somewhere now. I can't even see everybody thing, and I don't know what I done. I done enlarged this or something. But shout out to everybody, man, that's in the chat, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Um, but yeah, man. Y'all music, even the album with the MC, just the MC album, right? The album y'all put out in what 2000 and what was it,
10, 2010.
okay,
Yeah.
2010. Like and we in 2023, right? And the music that y'all put out then and even now, it's timeless music. That music, man, is still relevant, and man, it still sound good, even though we in a different, we in a different area. You know what I'm saying? A whole century done passed, man, and we still that music still sound good. That's timely music, man. So y'all are definitely, man, doing. I advise everybody, man, to go check out, all of their music, man. Go check out all their music. I guarantee. If you share the same space that we got, you share the same sentiments that we have, and that is, raising the consciousness of our people, elevating our people to their greatness, making our people aware of certain things so they can correct certain behaviors and so forth, man. I guarantee, man, you'll definitely like these audio books that these guys are definitely putting out. Um,
Well,
man, so what is y'all thoughts, man? We kind of talked to y'all, Obi kind of talked about it a little bit earlier, but I want to kind of talk about it a little bit more, man. What are both of y'all thoughts, man? I would like to know, and I know the listening audience would like to know, man. What are y'all thoughts on the state of hip hop right now, man? What are y'all thoughts?
Yeah. I think that the state of hip hop, man, is lacking balance in the mainstream, of course. But for me, man, like I stopped listening to the radio in 2005. I stopped watching TV in 2005. So yeah, I hear stuff, you know what I'm saying, but like I had to deprogram myself and do some reprogramming. So I had to get off of the mainstream. You know what I'm saying? Because the mainstream was they say brainwashing you, like, yeah. So I had to do some brain cleansing. So I had to detox myself from listening to the radio, watching the videos and stuff like that. And so let's say it's the state of hip hop. I would say mainstream is what it is. Like, they control that, they run that. So it's going to be whatever them white folks want to put behind. That's what's going to sell. Like, and I don't see that changing no time soon. But I say overall, like, beyond what the mainstream is doing, like, I think there's a definite resurgence in music that again speaks to the soul. Like, we are one of many groups and individual artists, man, that's infusing the culture, infusing the history, infusing our real experiences back into our music, man. So I see an upsurge in that going on. So
What are your
Yeah,
thoughts, Ed?
man, I'll say to say that hip hop is not what mainstream shows, because like the underground hip hop, it never went anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like it's been going on forever. So if you look at hip hop as what they put out in commercials and what you hear on the radio, people say, "Oh man, this hip hop is dead, it's gone." But that's not what keeps hip hop alive, man. But what keeps what keeps hip hop alive is the consumer, and that's the person that's going to the store, that's us going to the store buying this music. And so as long as the consumer understands that hip hop is what we're doing and what the underground is doing, and that narrative, I think hip hop will be will stay in a good place. You know what I'm saying? Other than what mainstream is trying to take. You know, so man, I don't know. I just know that by people buying these albums, that's what keeps this stuff going. When you stop buying them, they got no choice but to go with what they think is selling at the time. So if they think country hip hop is selling, that's what they're gonna try to push themselves behind. But other than that, what is country hip hop and underground hip hop has been there for a minute now. So that never left. So I think to say that hip hop to me it's still the same in a way. Besides, it's more social media and commercialized now. But yeah.
So what can we do, man, to get, you said, underground music? What can we do to get it on a level where where we can knock the mainstream out of its position? And what I mean by that is, like, I name like majority, like the majority of the music that I listen to, my daughter don't listen to it. My
Yeah.
sons, they don't,
Yeah.
they don't listen to it. Or even, if I'm talking to some youth or working with the youth, they don't
Yeah.
listen to that type of music, right? They're being, like Obi said earlier, brainwashed. So they're being brainwashed and conditioned that this is the music. Like if if you don't have a chain on your neck, you drive this certain type of car, you ain't got this many type of, when they have popularized this destructive behavior, and our
Yeah.
kids gravitate more to that and think that's what it is. You got to have these types of things. You got to have these types of machines behind you. You ain't nobody if you not with Atlantic, or you're not with Def Jam, you're not with Sony, you're not with Warner Brother, all these other different things. And it's just, and I've noticed that there are a lot of like-minded individuals like us that are musicians, you know what I'm saying, that do music in whatever capacity, whether it's rapping, whether it's poetry, or whether it's soul singing, R&B, whatever the case is. It's a lot of us, and I believe that if we came together, we could be
Yeah.
just as we could knock those perceptions out of the way, where we can have my son walking around with an MCE shirt on and proud to have that shirt on, you know what I'm saying, and proud to be listening to what y'all are saying and understanding what y'all are saying too, because I know they understand drug dealing because they see that thing, right? But they don't understand what race first is. They don't understand what liberation is, or what true freedom is, because they think they've been conditioned and brainwashed that we already free. You know what I'm saying? We don't have chains, when just because we don't have the chains on doesn't mean that we're not free. They have so many different things set in place for us to fail that our people is not aware of. So people like y'all make people aware of what's going on. And hey, look at this, look at that, study him, study that, study what went wrong here. He corrected this, she corrected that. So, it's something that if we came together, man, that we could knock that, man. We definitely could raise underground hip hop to be the main focus, because y'all saying mainstream, the main. So people look at those are the artistry of destruction as popular. It is the main focus, and they get the look, and the underground rap don't get the look, man. So what do y'all think um it'll take for us all to come together as a whole, you know what I'm saying, to truly combat? I know we saying what he doing, and I'm saying for us to come together. We always throwing up, the black fish. You talked about that, said on this ago, you know what I'm saying, throwing up the black fish, and a lot of times when we talk about throwing up the black fish, we throwing it up, you know what I'm saying? We talking about black power, we talking about us coming together, you know what I'm saying, us
Yeah.
becoming one. So what can we do, well, in the underground to come together and formulate these ideals and these ideals to combat mainstream artistry and get underground rap looked at as, or put in the same reference as main? Because to me, when we say underground, it's just my personal opinion. When we say underground and then we say the
Mm-hmm.
mainstream, it's like we don't value ourselves as more because we say underground, even though it's nothing wrong with the underground, because we know a lot of things happen in the underground, in the underworld. So I know the importance of that, but it seems like we lack that when we give them all the value when we say mainstream and the mainstream this and that, but we don't put our own self in that phrase of main. Not even, we didn't gotta say mainstream, but just the main focal. So what would it take for us to get? I know I done said a whole lot, but what would it take for us to all come together, man, and put something in place to combat that?
I know. For one, they doing what they doing for capital. You know what I'm saying? So if we had the financial pushing behind everything we doing, for one, that'll get us to some kind of light on that end. But even on that end, what we're doing right now is what the capital need to be pushing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like on your show talking about this, you know, doing the music, you talking about the book, you know what I'm saying, the degree art and all that. That's what has to get the capital behind it to get pushed. They use the media. Every single day you wake up and TV, the billboards, the clothing, everything to do with media is what is getting pushed every single day. With no media, we won't see none of this stuff. We got to use our media that we have, man. Everything that we're doing when it comes to video, when it comes to podcast, that has to be the focus of, the narrative of what we're trying to push with the tools that we do have. So it's just like I said, it's just building that community of collaborating with each other, because so many of us want to do it by ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Or we got our way of how we do it. You might not like how this person do it, So when they come to them, they ain't thinking like that, man. They
No.
thinking like, okay, this person can give me some money. He can make you some money. You give me some money to put into it with this pot. Then we all can make some money. They keep pushing the same narrative. We got to get into that mindset. If we don't get in that mindset, we're going to keep doing it individual stuff and not be able to push, the whole thing in the back, because the music is just the theme for everything going on. But as warriors out here hitting the street, this cleanup getting done. Like I said, we doing gardening, you doing podcasting, you over here speaking. This is the same thing that Malcolm is doing. We gotta have that push behind us, man. Somebody need to say, you need to put some capital gain behind your podcast to get this out here so everybody can. It has to be that, man.
Yeah, and that's what frustrates me, and I'll let you go, Obi. It is people. I can say I'm a doctor all day, right? But just because I
Mm-hmm.
say something does not mean I'm a doctor, right? You have to be a practitioner of these things that you say you're about, right? You have to put in the time, right, for these things,
Yeah.
right? So a lot of people, with me saying that, is like a lot of people who say they are black nationalists, they say they are Pan-Africanists, they say they RBG, they practice some
Yeah.
form of African tradition, they for the people, all these things, right? But their actions never line up with what they say. You know what I'm saying? Their mindset is there, not there. Their practicing is not there. So, or they Garveyites, right? So a lot of people I meet, in this music industry, that's doing what y'all doing. They Pan-Africanists, they Garveyites. and they not studying Pan. To me, that let me know they're not studying what Garvey did and what the UNIA did. Those people in the UNIA did, how Pan-Africanism was formed, or either Ethiopisms, right? So, you know, if we had that mindset of unity or coming together, you know what I'm saying, we could accomplish more, because everybody I talk to is the same thing. They got their own thing going on. Okay, well, they doing that over there, they doing this over there. Long as we, long as I'm over here doing my part and they doing, no, we need to come together. And that what frustrates me. Well, y'all say y'all these types of people, y'all practice these types of things, y'all study these types of things. Why y'all mindset hasn't changed where we able to come together and we able to do this? And when you talked about capital, bro, if there is enough of us where we could pay dues, we could pay dues, bro. We can pay dues, and we can have someone that we trust over the trust over these accounts, someone that understand or who has some type of financial literacy, somewhere where we can hold some meetings where where the account is always available. We got 2 or 3 people on the account, so one person can't go in and steal all the money, because I know that's another mindset that we have to change, because we think that we can't trust each other, and if we do certain things, somebody gonna steal some money. So let's put people in place and put mechanisms in place where these things won't happen. And then we sit down, and then once we have a certain amount of money, then we can say, hey, look, we're gonna put out this. We this is what we're gonna capitalize. We're gonna capitalize, or we're gonna create our own network. We're gonna create our own brands. We're gonna have pop-up studios everywhere where we able, in different states where we able to go in and record, or we can teach others how to record, make a living off the. I mean, there's so many different things that we actually could do if we had the mindset. Like, they ain't thinking about that. They not thinking about cause you a damn Hebrew. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the European. I'm talking about the Pakistanians. I'm talking about the Koreans. I'm talking about the Arabs. All of that stuff they put to the side when it comes to them because the overall goal is for them to create generational wealth, for them to control their own narrative and tell their own stories from their own perspective, for only them to be prosperous, for them to succeed in whatever business venture or cultural venture that they have. We have to change our mindsets. And I'm talking about the woke people. I'm talking about the people that are aware. We have to change those, man. So we just got to stop with the excuses, man. But what about you, Obi?
Man, I think it's a you said a lot, said quite a bit as well, man. A combination of what y'all said. I would say, man, we have to institutionalize what it is that we're doing. And that takes organization, dedication, and persistence.
Yes,
that takes some discipline. Like you said, we got a lot of theory in our head, but we ain't got as much practice. You know what I'm saying? So we have to put the ideas and the thoughts, we got to put it to practice. We need to develop, like you said, we got Garveyites, you got UNIA, you got RB. We need an RBG safe house in the community where the young people can come and, hey, they can read some literature. They may play video games. They may get some training there, whatever the case may be. Like, we got an RBG recording studio in the community where the young cats can come record. You know what I'm saying? Or learn a skill or a trade. Like, we have to institutionalize the things that we're doing so they can see this active in where we at. It just can't be on my shirt. They got to see it in the actual community. You know what I'm saying? We got to be a pillar in the community. Oh, I'm finna go over to the Garveyite house over here, man. You know, they got this going on. I got this cooking class, man. I'm taking 5-6 hours over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to institutionalize what it is that we're doing so we can be more visible with the concrete work. When we don't have places of learning, of socializing, skill building, it's hard to just get it but just word of mouth, and we just talking about it. And we don't have nowhere to actually congregate and institutionalize the information with the people. So that, to me, that's one of the biggest things. We talked about, I'm gonna say this. We talked about the media. We got ABC, NBC, Fox. We need an RBG network from coast to coast, media network. We can call it whatever we want to call it, but you understand what I'm saying? You may be the channel in Hattiesburg, somebody else the channel down in Houston, another channel here in Pine Bluff, another channel out in Miami. Like, but it's part of the same network. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, and we bring in the news and what's happening in your area. You know what I'm saying? We got national news, local news, whatever's going on as it relates to our people. We need that. We haven't developed that yet. That's something concrete that we need. So that's just some, I would say some we got to get better organized with what it is, what we're doing. We're doing the work. It just ain't organized as it needs to be. Our organizations ain't working together like they need to be. So we got to get better organized with what we're doing.
For sure. No, most definitely, man. Or this hour I almost shot by, man. Like I said, we might have to do another show here in pretty soon, man, because it's like a lot of stuff I wanted to talk about and expose a lot of people to a lot of what y'all got a lot going on. But this be my last question, man. Name 3 words that describe each one of you. What are the 3 words that describe Obafemi, and what are the 3 words that describe Said Adam?
Oh man. 3 words. I would say consistent, loving, and trustworthy.
Okay, for sure. What about you, brother Said?
Man, I'm gonna say loyal. I'm gonna say loyal, trustworthy, man, and man, I know a lot of words, man. I'll say loyal, trustworthy, and I'll say consistent as well, man.
Okay. Yeah, them some good traits. Them some good traits. I can rock with them, man. So yeah, man, I appreciate y'all for tuning. Like I said, I'm telling you, I had like tons and tons of questions, man, because y'all are doing a lot, and I want the listening audience to be aware of not only the music, but y'all activism. Y'all are activists. Y'all are real activists. We have people that say that they activists and ain't done a damn thing for the community. They ain't trying to do nothing for the community. They ain't put nothing on, right? Or gave anything, or even gave some time, gave the time away. So y'all are definitely, man. I salute y'all, man, for everything that y'all got going on. And if there's anything that y'all need from me, man, I'm telling you, man, just hit me up. And I like to say this too before I get off here, man. The next album, bro, hit me up, man. I would like to do some production on there, man. I do production, I do production, I do music production, I do videos, commercials. I just want a track on one of your albums, man. So
we're gonna make it happen.
Hey.
Yeah, we're gonna make it happen. Yo, I like to say this, man. Man, just appreciate you, brother, for the work that you've been doing, man. Consistent is somebody that I would say and committed for you, bro, because I know what we're doing ain't easy. This, you know what I'm saying? This ain't the easy road to travel, bro. So to stay consistent and disciplined in what you're doing, bro, I commend you, man, just for opening up the platform, you know what I'm saying, for us to have this dialogue, man. But I like to say, back in the 90s, folks would say they some studio gangsters, man. They just talk that gangster stuff, and they ain't doing nothing. Like, we ain't studio conscious or studio woke or whatever you want to say. Like, we actually good at putting in work, bro. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Hey, I'm finna start using that, man. Don't talk to me, bro. If you studio country's rapper, don't talk to me.
Right. Yeah. We
Yeah,
got receipts. We got receipts.
right. No doubt. I like that, man. Again,
Yeah.
man, I appreciate, man, both of y'all for coming on y'all platforms. And before we end the show, man, can y'all give y'all handles out, man, y'all social media handles and where they can reach y'all at if they want to book y'all for a show or just reach out to y'all for whatever endeavors that they may have.
Yo. So, man, again, you can find MCE Soul Music, MCESOLMUZIK. You can find our videos, interviews, live performances, our own podcast called Soul Speaks Forum. All of that on YouTube. That's MCE Soul Music. That's Facebook and Instagram. 9 over Femi. I'm on all platforms: TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. 9 over Femi. I think E is on Instagram and Facebook. That's Sun, SUN of the right hand. And say it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm at Said Adams, CED, ADAMZ. Most of the video stuff that we do, you can catch some of that on my channel because I shoot the majority of it. So it's CED, ADAMZ, Instagram, and YouTube.
Also, we'll be in Jackson, Mississippi next weekend for the 1,000 Men March.
Oh, what date is that? What date is that? I hope that I bet you I'm gonna be in what date that is? Is that the 26th and the 27th?
27, yeah.
Yeah, they got something going on.
Damn.
Starting Friday. So Friday the 25th, Saturday the 26th, and Sunday the 27th. So I for sure we'll be there Sunday. That's the 27th. But then we'll be back in Jackson in September. The Black Liberation Summit with Brother Patrick. We'll be down there. That's the 15th through the 17th of September.
Remind me I'm coming because I'm only 45 minutes away from Jackson. I'll be in Jackson all the time. When y'all came to the African Art Gallery, I go down there all the time. I hadn't been in a while, but I was going all the time buying books, or they was having some type of event. I would go down there and support the event down there at the African Art Gallery down there. I will be out of town this weekend. I'm releasing a new book called The Modern Day Griot and Griotes, the New Generation. So I'll be shooting the Griot podcast in St. Martinville, Louisiana, filming and shooting down there, doing a giveaway, book signing, the whole nine down there. So I'll be down there Saturday and Sunday. But if I wasn't, I definitely, brother, will be up there to meet y'all. But I'm definitely going to be up there. What's them dates again?
That's September 15th through the 17th in Jackson.
15th, 17th. I'm definitely going to be there, man. Just give me a reminder. I'm coming to y'all now. I'm coming to meet y'all now. I'm coming.
For sure. We're going to link up, man. Congratulations on your new book, too, as well, brother.
Man, no doubt, man.
Yeah, I got to get a copy of that African hair book, though.
Bro, they fly. I had to reorder, bro. I can't keep those books in, bro. I cannot keep those African hair books in, man, before doing and after slavery, man. Every time I re-up on some books, I ain't complaining about it, but every time I re-up on some, bro, they flying off my shelf, man. They on my website ordering the mess out of them. So I just ordered some more because I got some people in Louisiana that want to buy them when I get there. So hopefully they'll be here before the weekend get here before I leave, so I can take me some down there. But I got you, bro. I'm gonna save your copy.
For sure, bro. We gonna link up, man.
All right, man. Well, peace, man, and Black African Power. I hope y'all enjoy the rest of y'all Sunday, man, and we'll see y'all when we see y'all. We out of here.
Peace.
Peace.